Then the second half really spirals us out into the world with other people. The whole book is kind of built on a spiral. We spiral out into the world with other people. The fulcrum point is purpose and contribution. And it's about, the purpose is really kind of a personal thing, right? When we feel on purpose, how do we explore what makes us feel enthusiastic, what uplifts our energy, what we have a lot of energy for, right? And because that's keys for us for feeling on purpose. But then how do we also begin to contribute out into the world? And we all have our own role to play. And a lot of times I think we get disconnected from that because we think, well, what could I do? What difference would it make, depending on what I did? And so we want to overcome that really defeating thought and be like, I can make a contribution. And we all have the ability to contribute in some way. The question is going to be, how are we going to do it? And of course, it can change over time. It's not like you're stuck doing one thing, right? And so we really dive into purpose and contribution. Pillar number 6 is communication that connects. Because we basically have been taught to not communicate. We've largely been taught just to talk at each other, to wait till the other person is quiet so we get to say our piece. And a lot of times try to make our point and get somebody else to understand our point of view, right? This happens all the time. So there's a whole exploration about what that's about and how we can unravel that, and then guidance for how we can actually communicate in ways that are more effective. In terms of building our connection with each other and to foster our camaraderie. Pillar number 7 is about mutually beneficial collaborations, because collaboration is the core to our nature. We evolved as human beings through collaboration. Even if you just think about it in terms of what I said a moment ago, half of our cells are bacterial and half are human. Our very form is based in collaboration. Okay, take that in for a minute. Like, there are 70 trillion cells that are collaborating with each other to create this human experience that you're having, right? That's a really fundamental part. The natural world works through collaboration, right? Everything is collaborating with everything else. There's mycelium and fungi around the roots of the ancient trees. There are highways that are happening underneath there. And there's just so much that's going on. And yet our conditioning has led us away from collaboration. And, I think about, certainly when I was a kid, and my kid had this, but less so, but it's still there, which is like, if you work with somebody in school, you're cheating. I'm like, what? So we want to learn how to collaborate with each other across historical lines of division. And then pillar 8 is becoming a sovereign steward of our planet. How do we do that? What's involved with that? There's a lot in there about indigenous traditions here in what's now the United States, and about different ways that our Native First Nations really worked in as stewards of the planet. And how can we adopt some of that?